Welcome back, everyone, to Final Fantasy XIV. We're going to head on and see what's going on here in Udall as far as the main story quest line goes, in which somebody was wounded last time we heard. After we took our sweet time filling out our Hunter and Maelstrom logs, we're now ready to go see how they're doing. Gotta wait for everything to load up first, though. Ah, there he is. Fairly up and standing, so that's a good sign so far.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dah, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dah way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Reborn and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dahs to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grant companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Well, it looks like they're out and about. While riding goes on in the streets of their own home here. What are we going to do about it? Let's find out. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I've spoken to believe that this particular riot may have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good, then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flame, so I would hear what General Bond has to say upon the matter. Hall of Flames is, one spot, I think, with the table. Where all the monetarists gather together, I believe. Chamber of Wool, I believe. That's what I think it is, anyways. No, apparently I'm wrong. Okay. Serious. Probably near to the Gladiators Guild, I would think. Oh yeah, I have to leave out of here first. Okay, so it's off this way somewhere. Oh, is that the spot where the Common Quest are? Yeah, it is, okay. So I completely thought that wrong. That was not a good time now, and my hands are full dealing with refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. I'm back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your Kyrurgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remained throughout Thanalan. We've sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the diligence, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. And well imagined, given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, stands the reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I don't understand is how they came to be so well paired. For my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, not with butcher knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. You'd hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny the tensions between Udal citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the dome was returned away. Would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. What of those who have not even a single gillispin? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell weapon than bring it bare against the benefactors. Come to the point. First of all, my point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not so light by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning Anon. General is so full, he keeps his own counsel with good cause. Were he to claim without the necessary proof that the riots were instigated by outside forces, no terrorists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Naren. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries into settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at requests for such information, but I doubt that I have no doubt you could persuade him with your silver tongue. I meanwhile shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Look as though you have something to say, Naren, do you? What you ask is no simple favor, were such information fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. The able individual may be a better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well, the Brass Braids report suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. May be unrelated to the recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the blades posted there. Where's Lost Hope at? Okay, it's in Central Thanalan, so it's right around here. Do I have a teleport to it? No, but it'd probably be closer to Blackbrush Station than where I am now. Okay. Oh, that wasn't far at all. Jeez. What brings you here, adventurer? Search for refugees? Well, then you've come to the right place. Oh, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people lost hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that. Like that merchant who passed through here recently. Rigorous fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Didn't expect them to send you, Naran. I take it that means someone has read my report. Refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return. I'm increasingly concerned that Sawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak of Sawaka, he'll explain everything. I guess they're right up here, I assume? Ah, don't hurt me, I'm not one of them. Wait, I know your face. Are you not the woman from the Church of Saint Adaban Landama? 1,000 pardons, my friend. I mistook you for one of the thugs who have been tormenting us. If Lurvik bid you speak with me, then I take it you'll agree to help. Shall be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. Others have fallen under that Fennec's spell, but not I. Promise of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class account. Taking what is owed. Ha, a childish fantasy. Did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would hear my words. Now that one of our idealists have returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you'll understand why. Even Nellie babbles incoherently, so traumatized he is by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I could make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone surviving. They have no doubt that the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw, don't draw, don't draw, don't draw. Why didn't you run away with me? Could have escaped together, then you'd be here with me. Yeah, to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true, I followed the merchant, and made the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. Not about running then and there, but the others were so excited, he split us into 2 groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, and then fighting. And everyone is fighting, and the flames are trying to give no quarter, and... Oh God, it's the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Ooh. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lest Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate than try and kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deeds themselves. Hawks and all bloody sellswords, they were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one woman. Yeah, then they will agree to lay down their arms to renounce this plot. Alright, let's go save some people by beating them down. Yeah, right over here, I assume. I think I may have had to go around. Okay, I think I'm going the right way. Seven hells, they found us. Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lass, but we're more than willing to kill you yourselves. Yeah, I don't think so. Here comes more. Anyone else? Oh, yes. Yes, more. Oh, they do have a little bit of a challenge to them. Oh, this guy does not, though. Alright. Hello there. You beat him like it was nothing. The Almighty. What are we gonna do now? Alright. Guess I just leave them here. You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. As I recall, he wished to approach the refugees there as well, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of a futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest. He will surely lead us to ruin. Alright, I think we have to go way down that way. Okay. Hit the wrong button there, but okay. I'll just use the chocobo. Oh, that was a nice jump onto the building there. Yeah, we're almost there already. Yeah, have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. Left for the man from Dudal. The man said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls of everyone else. I liked it when he said that. Didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry and I got scared. Lots of people left the man after that, but no one's come back. Uh-oh. Off this way, it looks like. Alright, let's see what happened to that group of people that were missing from that settlement there. Welcome back, Narn. Have you learned aught of anything interesting? We persuaded a gang of refugees to lay down their arms. The Flame General will be pleased to learn of this. Less so than other revelations, we must apprehend the trees and the snake at once. Ooh, okay. This merchant has not only publicly incited sedation within the Sultanate, but gone so far as to provide material support to would-be belligerents. It galls me that his role in the uprising should have escaped our notice for so long, yet I can well imagine why it did. Rightly or wrongly, those with whom he consorts do not trust us. Last trust is not easily gained, even in times of peace. We will nevertheless try, for I believe it's the corporation of the refugees that will catch our query, and so I'd have you continue your investigation in Pearl Lane. We know that the merchant sought to recruit the people lost hope in the Stone's Throw, so it seems reasonable to presume they may have approached the presence of Pearl Lane as well, after all the first riots occurred within the city itself. Most, if not all, will refuse to discuss this subject with you, but there's one who may be willing to do so, a man named Lunderbird. He too has misgivings about us, but I believe he understands that these riots do little to further his people's cause. Not sure where Pearl Lake is, though. Guess off this way. Okay, so it's not that far from here. Okay, they hadn't loaded in. First comes a man with the promise of deliverance. Seeing you're suffering firsthand and will bear it no longer, says he. Your friend, your ally, your comrade in arms, takes his hand, and he will guide you to a better tomorrow. Then comes a soldier with the promise of justice. Follow the man who came before at your pearl, says she. For they who sow the wind shall reap the whirlwind. Man's no saint, any fool could see that, but we're but tools for his task to be used and discarded. As for this soldier, she thinks only for a mission. She's more honest than the man, but every bit as ruthless, make no mistake. Whom shall I cast my lot? Neither, says I. For far as I'm concerned, you're no better than the bastard you pursue. Now the soldier is thinking how else she might get what she wants. She's tried the diplomatic approach and failed. Mayhap a firmer hand is needed. Yep, she needs to make an example out of this Alimiga scum, like she did those 5 fools from Lost Hope. Well, get no justification from me, soldier, if that's what you're waiting for. I'll not raise a hand against you. But neither will I lend a hand to help you. Not that it makes any difference, the gods seem bent on granting your every bloody wish. There you are, Lambert. Have you given any thoughts to my proposal? I. There he goes, toward the Gate of Thal. Go and claim your prize for coin and country. Okay, so off that way. Alright, it's off that way. Didn't get far though, that's for sure. Where could they be? Aha, there we go. You again, why are you pursuing me? Sedation, treason, revolution, that's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorized the streets of Udal? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. For the sake of argument, let us say I did do these things you claim. Surely you don't think I'd give a quern's ass about politics. It was business, only business. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Oh! What's all this commotion? 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Hold, Adventure. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murder a debt of gratitude. In any case, it's obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. Well, there went our only lead. Wait, where am I heading? No, I'm going the wrong way. Alright. Strange, that was not the spot I came out at earlier. Alright, Swift. Got good news and bad news once you appear. What news, Arn? Where's the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all to seventh hell. He was not simply murdered, Arn, he was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragment Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the result of his own investigation. Master Ephelon has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Pomegate with all haste and speak of Bartholomew. Let's take a look at these earrings, though. Ah, there they are, okay. Or wait, no, that's not the ears I wanted. What was it that I got it before? Don't remember now, shoot. Oh well. Husting strip it is, then. Alright. We've been expecting you, madame. Please proceed inside. Okay, now I got the ring. Okay.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
this information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji? But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless, bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cotonou Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Okay. Let me go ahead and take a look at that ring real quick. '96 item level now, so I could basically do anything in the base game at this point. Since I believe the limitations there are like 95, I'm pretty sure. And we haven't even completed our Fending Ironwork set yet. We still have like 3 more pieces to go. In any case, should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos is the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. Be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the Scion best suited to the task. Sergeant Scorchdust, you take a moment to visit Maelstrom Command and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Gone, well, this is no place for children. I'm sorry. Oh, that's the girl from earlier that we, she was the only one left in the settlement. At least I'm pretty sure it is. Let's look for you, miss. People said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl. So you visited Stone's Throw as well, I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really, you'll help me look, mister. Of course, but first I must needs finish speak of my friend. She's telling me a secret, you see. So no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by the pillar over there. We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Moody will know what to do. Age of Garlinians, the Ether Star Primal, even dealing with an Ishian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Mephilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our own limited resources and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Narn, this is Mephilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return the Reverend's toll with all due haste. The situation in the 12's Wood has taken a turn for the worse. I'll explain in detail once you arrive. Twelve's Wood. Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of XIV activity, which leaves the sylphs. Go, Narn. I know as well as that the appearance of her primal takes precedence over all else. Well, when you arrive, do inform the Insidiant that while I'm grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. Alright. Knocked earrings, that's what I got earlier, okay. So let's look for those in my inventory chest here. Knocked earrings, okay. That brings us up to 98, okay. Okay, let's head to the Rising Stones here. It'd be weird for the sylphs to be summoning... Well, actually, their primal is already summoned, isn't it? That's the whole reason why some of them are, like, tainted. Like, their primal is the one that, like, was just staying in an area and wasn't doing anything, like, particularly bad outside of it. And that's why we didn't fight it, I think, right? I think that's what I remember. It's a relief to see you healthy and hale, Narn. The latest news from Udal was most disturbing. Clearly the only injury Alphanod suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. The other scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you're ready to begin, I'll summon them now. Knocked choker. So I guess we're heading back to Grindani again. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you when it was not urgent. To business, then. I received most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe the sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the Primal Ramoth. Oh, so they haven't summoned it yet. They just did. Okay. I'm sorry, may have? Then it's not certain? The other receipt seal informs us that the elementals themselves murmur the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, Incident, but the fact that need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, guardian and so on, Rama is reputed to only in defense of his children. Imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touch ones and their movements? Preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, to surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon, you foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it. Told Popolo, I suppose I could have reported things to Philly earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the sylphs feel about people poking around their territory. They already summoned Rama once, right after the calamity. That was because the Garlanians came trampling through the forest. And so long as Castrum Orient stands, the sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity at hand. In short, you and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain the opposition would have remained the best quality had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Udall drove a number of refugees to stay safely under concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like the sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of the Titan and kobolds once again as the fearsome men which have paved the way for Primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Orizel would be without the civilization influence of mankind. But that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Narn, through your dealings with the sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Grindania. Wonder, might one who has treated the sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Rama can be convinced of your intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. Fond hope, were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can. Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramath's present. The Elder Seedseers request your personal involvement, Narn. Pray report to Commander Helix at the editor's nest as soon as you are able. State yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Lemon will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow sons will of course lend you whatever support you require. Alright, let's head over to the Shroud. Oh, it is here in New Grindana. Okay. I thought it was going to be in the old area. Oh yeah, I'm back again. Narn of the Scions, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a problem was ever cause for alarm and unease. Now my men stand ready for any eventuality. I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seedseal, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I'll leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nilfgaard's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand. And that, I do believe, is an old Grindana, so... Oh, this actually put me, like, right outside of it. Nice. So let's head on in. Here we go again.
Scions of the 7th Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands Veorzia shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Alright, we'll take the diplomatic approach, though I feel like this is still going to end with us beating Rama with the sword over and over again to make him stop. Was it Hawthorne Hut or Wrench Meadows? I can't remember. I think it was Hawthorne Hut that was close to the Sylphs. Yep, I was correct. Oh, there's a serpent here. Now of the Scions, I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the primal Rama himself, an inevitable task, and one that shall be made all the more difficult by the interference of the touched sylphs. At the end of the Scions and the inhabitants of the Solace, the order of the Twin Adder will enter the Sylphlands and do what can be done to clear your path. I shall brief you on the impending operation once you are satisfied with your preparations. Ready, are you? That allow me to explain the finer details of this foray into the Sylphlands. In order that you might treat with the Lord of Leven, we must first learn where the primal is to be found. Though we can be certain Ramat was summoned somewhere within the territory of the touched sylphs, his precise whereabouts let elude us, aimlessly thrashing about in the undergrowth, will only lead to unnecessary conflict. We are fortunate, then, to have the expertise of the Scions of the Seven Dawn at our disposal. Mistress Yoda and her companions will make use of their Shyalian devices to measure recent etheric activity. They assure me that this disturbance caused by the summoning of a primal shall prove a most obvious beacon. But we must not get ahead of ourselves. Your first objective will be to join up with your fellow Scions. Time being of the essence, they have already entered the Sylphlands. Fear not, however, they have a Twin Adder escort and a Sylph guide for a Yep, this one needs help. The guide, what has become of our companions? These ones are ambushed at the border of the Touch One's territory. Touch Ones tossed a stinging scale bomb, and arrow-shooting ones were left coughing and crying. What of the Scions? Arrow-shooting ones were in the lead, and took the worst of the stinging. Other walking ones scattered this way and that to escape the same fate. Barely 2 steps into the Sylphlands, and we have already lost our charges. It will profit us little to go running after them until we know exactly what we're facing. Let us first tend to the scouts and assess the situation. This one has cleanser water for walking ones. Splash it all over arrow-shooting ones and rinse away the stinging scales from eyes and nose and mouth. My thanks, I'll leave this task in Naren's capable hands. This hardly an auspicious beginning, but I must ask you to adhere to the plan. Naran review with the Fjall of Scions. When you get the scouts back on their feet, they may be able to point you towards your companions. I'll be on your guard. If this operation succeeds, we cannot afford any further mishaps. Coughing and crying one's not far. This one will show walking on the way. Let's go ahead and get our new thing. What was it again? Knock Joker, okay. And eye level 100. That's pretty good. I was just in here not too long ago, so I already know how this place kind of looks. Though it was completely dark earlier, so it does look a little bit different during the light. Yeah, looks like we made it. Oh, that's so much better. Praise Nifika. I thought to claw my own eyes out from my skull. Does that bastard sylph linger? I can barely see. Thank you, a sylph threw some in or powder. Another walking one, huh? This one I shall not falter. This one carries an entire sack of... this one's sack of scale bonds is gone. No matter, this one will fetch more, and then the new walking one will suffer as well. Hee, this one stole Touch One's sack while Touch One was gloating over coughing ones. This one's clever trick will admit not if Touch One fetches more scale bonds. Walking One must act fast. This one will use another clever trick to help Walking One move unseen. Walking One must sneak up on Touch One before this one's trick wears off. Take the scale bomb and give Touch One a taste of Touch One's own medicine. Is Walking One ready? This one is eager to make mischief for Touch One. Okay, let's just try it out. Alright, let's find out where this thing is. Here you go. Ow, this one leaves Smart and Prickle. This one is being so careful with the scales. Well, it worked out. The Walking One give Touch One a stinging surprise. Touch One won't bother these ones for a time, this one thinks. Coughing Cry ones seem much better. Perhaps arrow shooting ones are ready to talk with Walking One now. Finally see again, your aid is most appreciated. You are Narn of the Scions, yes? You'll doubtless be eager to know of what became of your fellows. As you're aware, our party fell victim to an ambush. We scouts immediately moved forward to engage the enemy and bid the Scions to take cover. Then before we knew what was happening, the air was filled with the stinging, choking dust. The last thing I saw before my vision clouded was Master Publius stumbling northeast, towards the gold leaf dyes. I know not what befell the others. The Touch Sylphs are certainly alerted to our presence in their territory. I urge you to locate your companions quickly. Maxio, our guide, will be of greatest help to you in that endeavor. Meanwhile, my fellow scouts and I will seek to draw the attention of potential ambushers away from you. Your nasty tricks will not find us such easy prey a second time. I guess we have to go way deeper in here, so let's go ahead and get our chocobo and save time. Up this way. Oh, there's somebody fighting in here already. Enough of this, my feet ache, my back hurts, I wish to leave these sylphs in peace. Hey, etheric readings, why don't you let this fellow take your measure? And down. Why do you persist? There's no need to take measurements. I can tell you with certainty that La Roba is nowhere to be found. Something bothering Walking One? Wise ones are not acting as wise ones should? This one is not sure how wise ones should behave, but this one suspects sneaky ones seek to deceive Walking One with skin-changing tricks. Walking One must take these trick-breaking scale bombs and throw them at the skin-changing sneaky ones. Well, this one does not suggest throwing anything unless Walking One sure wise ones are not truly wise ones. Yep. The sylphs are full of all sorts of trickery. Wise ones were sneaky ones in disguise after all, so this one led Walking One to Sneaky One's trap. Forgive this one. This one will search some more, and so must Walking One. Does Walking One still have trick-breaking scale bombs? This one fears more sneaky ones may be lurking nearby. Kinda suspicious there a little bit. I think my voice is starting to go down for the night, but I know we're getting closer to a trial, I believe. Did I go the right way? No, I did not. I have to go all the way back. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I figured as much. There's no way I was going to get through here without fighting this. Okay. Alright, Gio, I was worried you wouldn't find us. Seeing as you have, though, do you think you'd give me a hand? Thancred's being a bit difficult. I keep telling him that we should be taking readings, but he refuses to move. Oh, woe is me, I cannot go on. It's far too dangerous. What if something were to happen to my beautiful face? That's one. Really don't know what Thancred's so worried about. His face isn't that beautiful. Oh, what'd you do that for? Oh, so we found Yuta at least. Thancred turned to a sylph? No, wait, you're telling me that that was a sylph all along? Yeah, I can't believe I fell for that. I had heard about the shape-shifting trick, but that sprite was so convincing. I wonder where the real Thancred has disappeared to. I don't know where Thancred is, but I have a pretty good idea where Popolo and Y'shtola will be. They were with me just now. Y'shtola suggested we split up to cover more ground, and took Popolo with me, or with her. I don't know, do you think one of them might have been a sylph in disguise as well? We should probably be after them in any case. Come on, they're heading somewhere to the south. Okay, let's get our wristlets. $103. Okay. Should be right around here. Yep, okay. Nope, have to go through the gate. Aye, aye. Ooh, poison. Don't see that often. Night the 12, he found us at last. Wait, I see Yuta, but where is... More imposters, do not attempt to deceive me, Sylph, I see what you are. Well, but if by some fate chance you truly are my friend Narin, mayhap you would consult Maxio over there. Maxio, he truly is, on the subject of how to dispel these infernal Sylvian enchantments. This one suggests hitting 3 wise ones of 1 stone. Wise ones suspect Walking One is actually a skin-changing one. Walking One is not likely to get a second opportunity to throw a scale bomb in Wise One's presence. So Walking One must aim carefully so that all Wise Ones are caught in the same scale bomb's boom. Alright. Let's do it. Was that truly necessary? Look, that one's the sylph. This one's trick has failed, but Walking One's not one yet. This one will not allow Walking Ones to pass. Come any closer and this one's friends will be angry. So this little rascal means to stand his ground, does he? Oh, very courageous. Would you do the honors, Nara? Greetings, I see you've all found each other. It seemed I was a mite overzealous in my attempts to evade our civilian ambushers. I was a mile away by the time I realized I was alone. It's all a mess? Did I have something on my face? Reasonably convincing, but one cannot be truly too careful. Remind me, Thancred, what was the reason for our little excursion into the Sylphlands? You take a tumble and bump your head, old friend. We're here to locate the site of the summoning so that Narin may parley with Lord Ramoth. Too easy. Why don't you tell us what you think of it, Foundland? Surely, you would have me speak of the Santos of Udal, as you will. She has an infinite woes that withers not with the passing of years. Charming as ever, I dare say you are perpetually beset upon all sides by swooning beauties. Please, Y'shtola, I do not seek to make them swoon. Poetry rises unbidden to my lips when I behold a maiden's fair countenance. It's the curse of my menstrual blood. Oh no, if this is not the real grid, I believe we found a suitable replacement. Indeed. Well, that seems like quite enough entertainment for one day. Tis past time we turn to the task at hand. Nara, would you mind approaching our touched friend? If I'm not very much mistaken, his decision to stand his ground stems from something more than mere bravery. Alright. This is gonna get messy, it looks like. Hello there. Oh, he has a bit of health to him, okay. Oh, that got me that time. Okay, that one was not in, Welcome one is too strong, this one surrenders. This one is sorry for playing tricks on wise ones. Great and powerful one, Lord Romoth is not here, so there's no need for wise ones to go any further. No need at all. Wise ones definitely must not go any further. This one would not want wise ones to get lost. Oh, come on. We overheard your exchange with our tormentor. His clumsy attempt at deceit would almost be endearing if time was not of the essence. Happily, I managed to take a reading of the surrounding area while you had his attention. As I suspected, the site of the Lord of Lemon's summoning is very close indeed. My measurements indicate a large ethereal disturbance to the southeast. Thanks to the antics of the sylphs, we've been dragged to every corner of the Sylphlands, but none of our various readings have returned a result of this magnitude. There can only be one conclusion. Narmut was called forth in the vicinity of the sylphs' etherite. Suggest we proceed theater with all possible haste, after bidding Maxio here a fond farewell, of course. Should our trusty god come too close to his deity, there's a distinct possibility that he'll fall under the Primal's influence. Come, Narn, the Lord of Levin awaits. Okay, so it's just down this way. Too fast. Aha!
Nora betrays thee, servant of Hyden. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu,
guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed, for light and dark given form when man was born. It would explain much, not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Okay. Striking tree hard. Oh, nice. Okay, so we'll do that in the next video. And hopefully not be shocked to death. So I'll see you guys then.